When I was a kid, I learned about Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And there's a pyramid that basically had at the base level all the base needs of a human being: food, clothing, shelter. And the people who live predominantly slaving and working to get food, clothing, and shelter, they live a very rudimentary, almost slave-like existence. Their every day is, I need tomorrow to be able to eat. I need tomorrow to be able to be clothed and have a roof over my head. There's a group of people that supersedes that level, and they no longer have to worry about food, shelter, and clothing. And so they go to the next level, and that level might be, I want to be honored. I want to have a certain social standing. I want esteem. So the need actually gets more refined as you don't have to think about the base things in life. Now you need something higher, something more sublime. And then these levels get finer and finer to the point where you become, according to Abraham Maslow, you become a self-actualized person. And this is the highest state of a human being, which is the state where what you do is not because of something else, that your actions don't have a reason, that they are spontaneously born out of the well of creativity. When an action is because of something, it is not creative, it is forced. So if I have to go here because you demand that of me, that is not a creative decision to go there. And so when all of your basic needs are taken care of, you become a creative individual. And that is the nature of God, to be creative. And as the human experience continues to evolve, and I know this waxes a bit philosophical and maybe religious-like, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to go there. As the human experience has been over time seeking this or evolving to this self-actualized state of, I don't do something because I'm forced. I don't do this because this compels me to do that. I do it because it's the right thing this moment. I do it because it's spontaneously truth to me, or what have you. And I think that that's what I want to see for the future. More individuals living their life, not living trapped inside of the desires or the demands of something outside of themselves, to live creative lives, to do what you love, to be who you want to be, and having a base layer of money that only increases your value over time, gives you the ability to do this more than a money that diminishes your value and causes you to have to stay on the hamster wheel of working harder for less every single year of your life. Bitcoin reverses that to where you work less for more every year of your life in Bitcoin terms. And this frees you from the lower levels of Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't know if that went over very well, or whether it went over people's head, or whether I explained it incorrectly, but that's what I would love to see for humanity going forward. And I think Bitcoin has come on the scene to be the greatest possibility of us achieving that.
I think it did. I think it resonated with me. So I assume it
Okay.
resonated with other people that are watching. I mean, I agree with the premise. I suppose the way I would put it is that the truth will set you free. And in this case, when we have the base layer of society and the current age and the material world being misinformation and lies, having something that is a source of truth, having something that is objective, having something that is decentralized in the face of that is very difficult to see from within the web of lies, but once you understand it, it's very difficult to
Yeah.
unsee. So,
Well, and if I could try to just very short, if I shorten that, if I were to give you a U.S. dollar bill or $100 bill, and I put a time limit on when you can spend that for value, and let's say over a 1 year period, that $100 bill becomes unusable, unspendable, you are going to be incentivized to just do something with it.
yeah.
All right? Because the value of it is declining. And this is the deterioration, in my opinion, of society when the time preference of a society is forced to be short-term oriented that way, that it breaks down all decision making of the society. But if I were to give you $100 bill and the time went the other way, where the 100 becomes 200 every four, becomes another 100 every 4 years, and another 100, as just as a base example, another 100, you are less incentivized to waste that value, and you have freedom now to seek out things from the heart. You have a greater freedom to seek out things that you enjoy, things that mean something to you, versus being forced to, well, I've got to put this somewhere because it's going to be zero in a certain period of time. And so the money fix there's, as we know, there's this saying in the Bitcoin community: fix the money, you fix the world. Fix the money, you fix the incentives. You fix the incentives, you change human beings. You change human beings, you change the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, man. It's an honor. It's good to have you. First time in Miami.
Yeah,
I
Miami.
live here in Florida part of the
Yeah.
year, so it's amazing to get him here for the first time.
Yeah. Well,
So
thank you.
glad to have him.
Appreciate
Glad
your
to have you,
time.
man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Ciao. Boom.
I really appreciate you taking the time to engage with this Bitcoin content. I put in so much work into these educational services, put them out there for free, hopefully to get as many people interested in these messages as possible and having new perspectives when it comes to understanding Bitcoin. And this is because I think the first and foremost problem facing Bitcoin adoption is the need for education. And so hopefully this video has serviced that need for you. And secondly, it's the need for self-custody. Self-custodying your Bitcoin is extremely important, and I highly encourage you to do it as soon as possible, because as Bitcoin increases in adoption, increases in speed, and increases in demand, not just from people, but from high net worth individuals, companies, corporations, and organizations. In all these cases, the demand for self-custody solutions is only going to exponentially increase. And so wherever you are in your Bitcoin journey, if you are buying Bitcoin, if you are trying to understand Bitcoin better, I highly encourage that after the education, you quickly get into that self-custody route. It's very intimidating for people. It's very hard. People understand where to go. And that's why not only do I put out this free content out there for you to enjoy, but I also do everything I can to accelerate that self-custody adoption. So I do work at the Bitcoin Advisor. If you have an interest in a collaborative custody multi-sig solution, an estate plan, not just for you, but for your family, for your kids, your loved ones, your business, your church, your organization, whatever it is, if you are looking to have an understanding of self-custody, the trade-offs of single sig, of multi-sig, collaborative custody, fully self-sovereign custody, whatever the case, I'm happy to help. Our primary goal, my primary goal, is to help you have a secure transition of your Bitcoin off exchanges into your own hands. Okay, I'm here to simplify the process, address your challenges and your questions, and ensure you feel confident every step of the way. So you can find me at thebitcoinadvisor.com/Broyles. You can book a free consultation with me there. You can book a free meeting with there. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And I care far far less about if you hire me or not. I care far more about education, which is why we give out dozens of pages of free content for you to enjoy and consume and learn about Bitcoin self-custody so that you can have generational wealth for you and your future generations without losing sleep. So if you like some of that free documents and free education about Bitcoin, I'm happy to share that with you. Again, just go to the Bitcoin Advisor, Luke Broyles. You can find my booking for meeting a consultation with me. So thank you again for enjoying this Bitcoin educational content. And secondly, whether you use me or not, whether you do single sig, multi-sig, whatever the case, please start taking self-custody, start getting your Bitcoins off exchanges as soon as possible. Link in the description. Thanks.